What is going on, YouTube? This is your boy Shin Dion, known as Shin Diesel. We are actually putting our PC gaming build together now, and the great thing about that is I haven't actually been on the PC gaming in a very long time, and since I actually moving away from the console, just to show you there, I have the Xbox One S. I have about 3 Xbox Ones, and we are now moving into the PC world. So the great thing about it, just to kind of go over what did I purchase, I actually got me a GeForce 1080 Ti. I actually have some RGB fans to make it look nice and cool, beautiful. Keep the case very cool. Got the Be Quiet base 800, which is very silent. It does have its own fans inside as well. And we also have the Benq, the Zowe. And the great thing about that Zowe, it's a 240 hertz. But it's also a 1080p monitor. So don't get confused thinking that it's a 4K. And then you look at the setup that I have, you're wondering, hey, why this guy bought a 1080p monitor when he actually have a 4K setup? Well, I do have a 4K TV, which is also connected to the computer thanks to the GeForce 1080 Ti. I actually connect 2 monitors in my 4K TV, all 3 at the same time, and it looks beautiful on the TV. I mean, can't go wrong. And that is a Samsung TV. That's not part of the purchase of the PC build, but it is connected. I also bought the Ryzen Threadripper 1920X. Did some overclocking on that as well. Don't have to do overclocking. Also, when you do overclock, you have to pay attention. I will go into detail about that on another video, but you have to pay attention to how the overclock works when it will only use about 6 cores instead of the 12 cores of the 1920X. So if you're new at this, you'll probably get confused and keep wondering why all the cores are not being used and things like that will happen. But also, just to continue what's going on with the whole setup build, I got the ASRock X399 professional gaming fatality motherboard. It has like an AM4 slot for the new Ryzen Threadripper chips. We also have a 960 Evo Samsung M.2 card to go on the motherboard. So that is, for those who don't know, it's like your hard drive. Actually, if you store video games onto that card, your loading time is like phenomenal. It's very fast. It's beautiful, clean, quick. Now I do have some other purchases that the wife probably just threw away the boxes, but I actually wasn't able to hold them in the right place in time. But if she swing by and see that it's moved somewhere, she actually will just toss it away. But just to let you know what I got, it was an SSD from HP. We actually have the SSD card that's attached to this. It was 100 and I think it's about 170 gig or maybe 200 gigs, somewhere around there. But this particular M.2 is a 500 gig M.2 960 Evo card. I also have a couple HDDs inside there, a 2 terabyte HDD, which I don't have the box for. It probably got tossed away as well. We do have AVG protection just to make sure I'm covered. You know, I know there's some other free protections out there, but I have some elite cards actually and some powerful stuff here. I just don't want anything to be tampered with, so I just went with the AVG. Of course, we have the liquid cool Kraken A62 and NZXT to keep that processor chip very cool. Also, we do have the CORSAIR RM750X power supply to go with this whole to power up this bad boy. You know, we have a lot of great things put together. The EC2A is the mouse from Zowe, but not only that, we do have a G, which is the Logitech 900 mouse, and you're probably wondering, why do you have a G 900 mouse and also a Zowe? So I was just trying to figure out which one was the best between the two. In my opinion, I actually did like the G900. I know it's wireless. Most people wouldn't go with wireless for gaming, but I did, and I like it. It actually runs very good. It feels comfortable, and in my opinion, is my favorite. So to continue, we actually are not done yet. I still have some more parts that's not put on here that I actually did purchase. Again, this is my first PC build in a very long time. I actually built a computer years ago, probably about over 15 years ago, and I'm back in business, back in action. So moving over, and please don't go crazy over the spider webs. I'm actually going to organize and fix all that up in the back behind my monitors. I want that to be very clean, very nice and neat. It just looks crazy right now, so everything is just, you know, still put together. So don't go crazy on that right now. For those who like, no, he got the spider web. So that's all going to be fixed up, so don't worry. Now the monitor that's on the right hand side, that's the monitor I was using before. Still very great monitor. That is the Asus 144 hertz monitor. So don't think that monitor is not amazing. That is a great monitor. I just actually got the 240 hertz from Benq to test that out, see what it's like. And again, most of my 4K gaming is not on competitive play. My 4K gaming will be on like single player games, like probably like a Final Fantasy, which is not out on PC at the moment, but games like Final Fantasy or either Forza, any of those games that does come out in 4K, I will be playing that on my big screen. But as far as like competitive play, like playing games like Overwatch or Unreal Tournament or like Quake Champions and those type of games, I will be playing with the setup I have right now, and that will be, of course, in 1080p because I get higher frames. And I'll go over the frames on how you can get better frames too, for those who really want to have better frames in their gaming setup. Another thing to keep going on about the Logitech that's also not part of the build, the box probably got tossed out, is the keyboard. I do have the keyboard, which is the keyboard is a G710 plus. You can see on the left hand side there. I also bought another Logitech. I'm like Logitech out right now. I have a Logitech camera. So this is a nice 1080p Logitech camera here on the left hand side, as you can see. And not only that, we do have the SnowBall mic. So when we do live streaming, it actually come in a lot clearer. You know, so this doesn't come with it. I actually bought that as well. I forgot the name of it. I actually have to put that in the description for you guys. But I did order a lot of things. The bill is pretty much put together, you know, and I'll go into detail exactly what is what. If those of you who need some help on what's going on. My build actually are spider webbed out right now as well, but I actually have to organize that. Looking for some really nice cables to kind of fix that up. I was trying to look in some places and try to find some nice cables for that. So let's go into the PC build that's already put together. First, let's take a look at it so you guys can see exactly what it is. Let's open it up. All right, so let's open it up. We have it open, and don't go crazy over the spider web. Trust me, it drove me crazy. I need some professional wires. I'm actually still going to reorganize a lot of things like the NZXT, liquid cool. I'm going to move. You see how the two wires are kind of like out here? I don't like that. I'm going to have that loop around to the top up here. As far as my fans go, I actually have this one fan because I have more up top, and I actually have the one second, the radiator up top here. So I know most people, you'll see they have their radiator in the front. But overall, these wires look crazy. So, you know, the next video I put up, they're not going to look like this. Don't worry. Even I go crazy on how it looks. One thing that people don't know about, I don't know if this is nowadays compared to like back in the day when I was gaming, but the dual Ethernet ports that allow your internet connection to be like perfect is actually amazing. I love that. Actually, that's one thing that I noticed on the Fatality board. And they have the 10 gigabit up here. So I was just like, wow, man, 2 Ethernet ports that's considered as one. I didn't know it was. So as you can see, we do have one thing is I was putting one of those fans up here. I actually got blocked from there. Again, I got to reorganize everything because once I take this out, I actually can and like who uses the drives anymore? So that's really not that needed. I did take out some other parts here, but I will be replacing this, taking it out, and putting another fan up top there, and to keep this thing very cool. You want to. When you overclock and stuff like that, you want to keep it very cool. Actually, you can see my GeForce 1080 Ti sitting right there, pretty. My M.2 should be, yep, it's hidden right in there. And you can see it's the fatality board. You guys already seen the parts. I just kind of want to go over what the build looks like on the inside. Then put a fan on the bottom, very rare. RM750X. I'm always different, I could mimic a lot of builds that's out there, but do have two of the silent, the be quiet fans that's right behind the CORSAIR RGB fan. So, and those are 120 HD 120 RGB fans, by the way, because there are 140 fans out there. So each one of them is 120. It's HD 120 CORSAIR. Now, one thing you guys did not see that was up there was my my memory. So I do have the Ryzen, and I have the chips that's good for the Ryzen. Yeah, I have the, as you can see, they're sitting pretty in there. It's the Gskill 32 megahertz Flare X RAM chips. So that's the memory I'm using right now. I actually have 4 of them. So we are looking at a 32 gig. So they 8 gigabytes each. So they're actually, it's pretty smooth. Of course, all of it doesn't even get used. I have 32 gigs in there and they're barely getting used as far as all of them. Even when I game, even when I multitask and do so much all at once. But it's, this build, honestly, with everything that I have, the multitasking, especially with the Ryzen Threadripper chip, I actually could stream on one PC because I was told by many and even my friends who does the streaming, who've been trying to get me to come over to PC for so long, they actually have 2 PCs. Now, that's something that I never even heard that from people as well. Like, I didn't know people were streaming. When they were streaming, they had a second PC, one for gaming and one to stream. I said, there's no way I'm going to buy 2 PCs just to stream. I'm buying one PC and I want to stream just right off the bat, just like that. And guess what? I guess I was just in time to actually, when I was ready in the market of buying the PC, the Ryzen Threadripper just came out, and I felt like, hey, this would be the perfect time to actually grab this. But it just was taking time. I actually didn't do a video. This is my first time doing a video, so you got to bear with me. I'm not as high class as the guys who have like over 200 videos on YouTube. That they just know what to say, know what to do, and things like that. So again, it's been a very long time since I did a build. One thing just to kind of let you know, the last PC what I had inside, let's take a look. I actually took out the chip before I want to throw away the whole part. The chip looks all messy right now, but this is the chip. It don't matter if it has like the serial number or anything on it. This chip would never get used again. But it was AMD Phenom is what I had before, and this is 2006, so that's over 10 years ago right now. So over 11 years ago, but still same. But the thing is, so yeah, for those of you who don't like my build, too bad. Actually, you could just take yourself away. I don't need your negativity. But again, this is my first time doing this. And actually, there's one piece I didn't even mention. The Fusion 4K that I put together. So this Fusion 4K HDMI cord is, I actually bought display ports for the monitors, but the HDMI cord was the only thing that I actually did have hooked up to for the 4K TV. Also, I do have an HDMI cord that's hooked up to one of the monitors running through a port to the DVI. That's also connected there, because you got to use the DVI port, you have to use the display port, and I had to use the HDMI port to actually get all three up and running. But that was the way how I had to build. They do have 2 display ports on there. I haven't really double checked, but I think they both run the same. So I think if I connect both of those together, I actually didn't check yet, but I think if I do connect 2 display ports, I think the monitors will mimic each other. So whatever happens on display 1 is going to happen on display 2. Now I know you can do that in the settings too when you go over here and hit the right click and stuff like that. But also, that's just everything that I do have, and that's just the build right now. As far as what's inside, what my overclocking was on Ryzen Threadripper 920X, you know, a few things like that, and you know what my RAM slots running on the Gskill Flare X 3200 megahertz. Actually, it's running 3200 megahertz, so that's really good. I also have the all 12 cores running on my Ryzen Threadripper, so 1920X. So, and that is running at 3700 right now. I know you can overclock it to like 4.0, but I just run it at 3700 at the moment, but 3.7. So, as far as everything else goes, man, I hope y'all enjoyed this build. There's probably things I'm forgetting. Again, here's one right here, which is the Zowe mouse pad. Now, this is a huge mouse pad. I mean, it's very big. Great thing about the size of this is that you get yourself to move around. For a gamer, you can move around freely. This is the G900 mouse for those who, I don't want you to run around and do research on what was the G900 mouse that he was speaking of. That's it there. This is what it looks like. Has program inside. You can just click here to go to whatever speed or DPI you have saved. You press the bottom of it to switch what profile you want to use. You get about 6 profiles. It's very comfortable. It's very good. I love it a whole lot. The glasses I'm actually wearing are, I've been have these though. These are the Gunner glasses. They're really good to keep your eyes focused on gaming or anything, or computers, they'll say. It's really good to keep your vision focused when you're playing. Helps me out a lot because I do put a good amount of hours on here enjoying myself. So I'm a true gamer, you know. But not only that, as you can see, I am I'm a true guy to the fitness world. That's what I've been doing for a very long time. Family man as well. So overall, I hope you enjoyed my first I would say commentary of my PC build. I don't know, you guys name it. I don't know, but if there's any questions or anything that you have you would like me to kind of run over on here, please feel free to comment, like, subscribe, do all of that, because I mean, I love doing this stuff. I love gaming, so I'd rather want to help you guys out on what I know, and I'm actually learning a lot more myself, because that's the way of the world. You know, we don't know everything. Most of you who's watching this video probably know a lot more than me, so I'm learning as I go. You go on it, you know, you're learning as well. But one thing I would say is you didn't build a PC before me, unless you're older than me, because I built one 1999 or 2000. So those was the good old days, and it was a lot of work that I had to do back then. I don't have that PC anymore, unless I have it up in my attic or in my basement somewhere. But hope you guys enjoyed this build. I gotta put another build together. So there is another build that will be put together for the holidays. My lady actually want her own nice custom PC, so this is not the only one. So we are gonna put something else together that's affordable, more of a budget build. It's not gonna be expensive. I think this roughly ran around over $3,000 to $4,000, somewhere between that price range. So all right, so that's it. Hope y'all enjoy it. Just to let you know, the games I am playing is Overwatch, Quick Champions, Unreal Tournament, and we are waiting for Destiny 2 for the PC because it's coming out a little late at this time. So, peace out. I am the Shindy. Let's go.